Andy,
What?
how do you get bigger traps?
You get yourself a pair of scissors, a nice Loyal brand, Never State Athletics t-shirt. Cut this off. It's all an illusion, folks. I mean, Nick is like on point with his like sleight of hand trickeration. That's all there is to it.
I'm a part-time magician.
Full-time ass clown.
Sleight of hand. I'll show you some sleight of hand. This is actually the secret to big traps. The shake weight. What is happening, guys? It is Uncle Nick, and by popular demand, I'm giving you a video on how to get bigger traps. Here's the secret. There isn't a secret. It's just time under tension. You lift heavy stuff, you walk with it, you carry it, your traps are gonna have tension, they're gonna get stronger. It's just how you're biomechanically built. They're gonna bear the weight when you're carrying something in your hands. So getting bigger traps is actually really simple. There's no trick that will get you bigger traps. It's just time under tension. It's that simple, people. That's it. You just gotta put in the work. I would say the number one most beneficial thing for traps is, without a doubt, hands down, farmer's carries. There's no other way to get around and putting a bunch of weight in both hands and loading up your traps with a bunch of weight and walking with them. There's no way around it. If you don't have farmer's handles, go find yourself some dumbbells. I'm sure if you were in a commercial gym, they probably have dumbbells. If they don't have super heavy dumbbells, you're probably at the wrong gym. Run the rack with dumbbells. Do as many reps with each weight as you possibly can. I promise you, your traps and shoulders will be absolutely smoked. It's that simple. There's not a lot of thought going into this. It's just work. If you don't have dumbbells for whatever reason, an apocalypse or something, trap bars, the big octagon thing. This thing. I don't think that's is this an octagon?
Hexagon.
Hexagon? 1, 2, no, it's got 4 sides.
Square. Have handles. Those are
Parallel to the ground.
side.
I think it's a diamond. We're gonna go with a diamond. Who agrees on the diamond? Say aye.
Aye, diamond.
We have a unanimous decision. It's a diamond. Find one of those, do shrugs with it. There's not much to it. You just grab onto the handles, say, I don't know a bunch of times. I don't know. I don't know. That's a shrug. Pretty simple, right? All right, so one of the other things you can do, and you probably already do it, and that is deadlifts. Deadlifts, they will load your upper back, your traps, everything, especially when I get out of, when I lose my brace, my traps bear the weight. I tend to lose my brace pretty often. But most of the time when you see someone rounding out on a deadlift, their brace is breaking down, and what's gonna happen is their traps are gonna start bearing most of the weight. So your traps are naturally gonna get stronger. Now, I'm not saying go out and deadlift with bad form, but I know when I have a bad, say I have a deadlift session where I work out really heavy and I know my brace is kind of breaking down because of the heavy weight, I can definitely feel my traps getting sore the next day because of that. My traps pick up the slack because my brace sucks. The other thing, rack pulls, which is another type of movement for the deadlift, but you can load a little bit more weight on and your traps will bear a lot of that. Your traps, your upper back, because you're pulling from a higher point, so you're not all the way bent over. So your upper back and traps will bear probably 80 to 90% of that weight, and you will definitely feel it, I promise. There's another thing you can do is high pulls. If you have a barbell, dumbbells, kettlebells, you can do a high pull. All you're doing is flaring your elbows out and pulling that bar straight up to your chin. Just like this. It is not hard, and you'll feel it in your shoulders as well as your traps. This is gonna be short, hard, and fast video, guys, because there's not much to getting traps. I get questions on how do you get your traps like that? What did you do to get your traps like that? And I don't know if people out there think there's a trick, I do some secret or whatever it is, but the truth of the matter is I grew up doing farm stuff, carrying 5-gallon buckets full of water that weighed as much as I did at the time, baling hay, loading hay into trailers, throwing hay. when the bales weighed as much as I did. My father was in the paving business forever, so from the time I was about 9 years old, I had a sledgehammer in my hand. There's no trick to any of this, guys, and especially with getting bigger traps, you get the progress through the work. It's the same concept. I cannot emphasize enough that there is no secret. It comes down to your work ethic and how bad you want it. If you want bigger traps, you're gonna be doing farmer's carries a lot more often. You're gonna be doing shrugs more often. Now, as far as my top ones for those, it's definitely gonna be the farmer's carry, the deadlift, and the rack pulls, because that's where you're gonna get the most weight loaded onto your traps to build that strength and get size. It's that simple. But other than that, that is all I got for you on this, guys. This was a pretty quick and hard video. There's not a lot to it. It's straightforward. I'm a blunt person naturally, so I'm shooting you straight here, guys. But with that being said, you know what the deal is. Until later in the week, get out there, get after it, and embrace the suck.